going to be stupid people on Twitter. Work into cover arts and then the song will just turn out to be some crap. So I'm strolling on Twitter one evening, looking for some good threads to, sink my brain in, and I come across this tweet. Immediately, I'm drawn to it because, I see some catchy cover arts in the post. So, I open it to see what the tweet had to say. So apparently this guy Bajan Coffee is celebrating the run of some artist called Jon Bellion. So he posted 3 of the artist's cover arts and he wrote what he had in mind. This run, not many artists can replicate it. Yeah, that's what he had in mind. That's all he had to say in mind. And as usual of Twitter, this boy's tweet was getting a lot of hate. So I'm confused. I'm like, how would somebody put out so much work into cover arts and then the song will just turn out to be some crap? So quickly I pull out my phone, I'm going to Spotify to take a listen to what this artist has to offer. And then the first song I see has 600 million plays. I mean over 600 million plays. What? The truth is the numbers don't lie. Another truth is there's always going to be stupid people on Twitter. I mean, I don't even know if Elon Musk can fix that. Maybe the guys who are making Blue Sky can do something different about this whole kind of, social media platform. That's not something I see happening anytime soon. So I go ahead and press play and everything I hear is golden. I'm a big fan of the music band Fan, no pun intended. And listening to Jon Bellion was, giving me those eccentric vibes that I hear anytime I listen to Fan. So immediately I was hooked, I was in there, I was deep in there with him. I just immediately became a fan of Jon Bellion. He makes that kind of music that gives you goosebumps, and he invests, to make, cover arts that are, equally impressive. So I want us to take a look at one of his cover arts and see if we can break it down like we always do on the channel, So the cover art we are taking a look at is called Growth, and first of all I'd like us to, applaud the cover art artist because this is such an amazing color palette. What? See how beautifully distributed, the colors are, distributed on the artwork. I love this so much. A great tip in design is to always keep your colors to, 3. Sometimes if you can even do 2, you're on the safe side. But 3 is usually, the magic number. And, he's doing it beautifully over here. It's always great to keep your ratio to, 60%, 30%, and 10%. And every color is assigned to this percentages. It just makes the picture harmonious and, not too in your face. Not too gone like that. You get what I mean? Using a ratio like this, you can decide what colors you want to use in the beginning of your artwork, and you can be sure to paint something pretty at the end of the painting or the process. Of course, by using some other design principles that the artist has used beautifully in this one, like the composition. The composition here is a very beautiful one. The composition is how you arrange everything, to give the picture, a pleasing effect. And I love how the artist has used great composition in this artwork. Everything is kind of leading your eye into that middle, what is happening there in the middle. Let's talk a little bit about the composition of the colors here. You can see that blue is the dominant color, so in this case we can be given blue, that's 60%. And because peach complements blue, you see how he brought the peach to complement the blue, and we can allocate the peach color to 30% of the whole image, and then he brings the red, to take the final 10%. So that small splatter of red here and there in the image, and you have a very pleasing image, not too gone. And like I said, the composition is how everything is arranged to give a pleasing effect to the eye. So you check out how the sheep wrap around the center of attraction, where John is wrapped in the center by some other people. Everything is leading your eye to the center of the image, and I love it so much. Even the movement of this smoke that we see coming from the candle, you notice that it creates some sort of a shape that surrounds everything in the center, keeping your eye into the center. This is a 2D illustration, and the name of the artist is David Adenias. I hope I got that right. The art style may look familiar, right? Well, it's because he has worked with Disney, and most of our childhood was filled with, a lot of Disney animation. So yeah, if it looks familiar, then I think that's where, your mind is connecting it to. Nikki Chulo is also an art director who helped with the lettering of this one. And it's simple and it ties in perfectly with the art. So this cover art was made for Jon Bellion's Growth playlist. And it tries to encompass, John in, different stages and different forms of his life. There's Little John, there's Spirit John, there's Old Mythical Cyborg John, there's Toy John with those outrageously, heavy arms. That's great design. You have to look closely to realize that hand with the candle is actually from that little toy boy. David has some intriguing imagination. He even puts, you know, some humor into the artwork with this sheep. See how this sheep is crying for help, for, you know, from being bent from the melting candle wax. This artwork speaks volumes, and, you know, this may be just one narrative of, you know, what it actually means. David also worked on the album art for Jon Bellion's album The Human Condition. He also created artworks for all the songs, you know, with the same theme that he used for this Growth album artwork. Except that for this one, he included a woman in almost all the artworks. Once again, you've made it to the end of another cover art reaction. My name is Big Eli Dee. I make cover art and I like to talk about them. You can feel free to book me by sending me an email, or, you know, better still, just subscribe so that I can keep making these videos. Till I see you again. It's your only And I'm the greatest, but I'm in love with a game, I just take chances. So I done seen the competition, ride or die, flying high to the apex.